Meet Bob. Bob works in an 8 to 5 job. He sometimes feels great, he sometimes feels like he can make a difference, and other times he feels like he's just paying the bills. Then other times he feels completely undervalued to the point he gets into obligation. There are even times when Bob feels like he's a robot, that he's not really employed for his creativity or what he can contribute or his ideas, just simply told to do this and do that, and that's it. There's a real chance here that Bob is going to go into the realm of burnout and begin to feel trapped in his life, like he can't break out and do what he really wants to do. In Ignite Career Destiny, we tap into what really activates who you are, where you want to be, and help you find your ideal ultimate fit, not just for one career, but for multiple different options. And so like Bob, most of society ends up just having to pay the bills. They balance out at good, maybe sometimes great, but the vast majority are in there just paying bills and they don't realize why work can be such a drag. So the question is, what are the consequences of living like this? Well, we can see that when we just go on robot, we end up just seeking to make ends meet. You're going to feel underused. Like Bob, we're going to feel like we're in the wrong fit. We're going to feel victimized. We're going to go to feeling trapped and passionless. You're going to have zero passion for what you do on a regular basis. Even to the point of feeling useless. You're going to have the feeling of no control, going through huge bouts of feeling inferior, and meaninglessness. These are all symptoms of when we're not operating in what I call the nexus or the sweet spot of our career. We can easily go into these kind of states. And is this a sustainable way to live? Is this a sustainable way to enjoy your career? If it's meeting none of your human needs and simply stripping you of your bare human capital only so that you can pay your bills. And so these are the consequences of living at the survival level. So the question is, which level would you love to be living at? We have good, great, excellent, outstanding, delicious. Good just means that it's okay, you can do your job and you're good at it. Great means you really stand out. Excellent means that you're a tier above. Outstanding is at a level all of its own. Very few attain that level. And delicious is literally you create your own job description. So have a think, where would you love to be living? And I would posit that most people, if they had the opportunity, would love to be able to live at the delicious zone. So I want you to have a think now, what is your dream career reality? As you're pondering that, let's now unpack what would be the consequences of living at the higher levels. Well, you're going to enter flow state. You're going to feel appreciated. You're going to experience an ideal fit. You're going to end up dominating your mission. You're going to start feeling excited about work and work-related activities. Instead of passionless, you're going to feel passionate. You're going to increasingly feel feelings of competence. You're going to have a sense of control of yourself inside your environment. You're going to feel a sense of significance on tap. And you're going to experience a profound sense of purpose. These are in fact the consequences of living at the higher levels. I want you to take note, which of these outcomes would you love to be experiencing on a regular basis? And the question is, why haven't you so far been experiencing these? What's kept you in the lower levels of your career? These are all possible to access, but we need to know how to do it. So what I want you to do right now is to rate your current level. And maybe you have a range, and you've ranged between burnout and potentially good. We'll put your range in, but then decide on, take note of where you feel like you average and why that might be the case. And so we know that if we're averaging down the bottom, we're going to feel like this guy. Burned out, heaps of stuff happening, feeling like he can't get on top of what he wants to do. And if you're in the high levels, you're more likely to be feeling something like this, in love with your career. So the question I have here then is, how can we create this? Finding your path. Well, what I'm going to offer on this Ignite course, as hundreds have done it and have incredibly benefited from going through this process, we look at key areas of who we are. The first thing that we must look at is looking at your unique wiring. Why is this important? You see, if we don't take a look inwards and we simply just focus on the external and the exterior and maybe the job status or the money it's providing, it may look good on paper, but it may not be a great fit for us long term if it's going against the flow of who we are. So we need to take into account our unique wiring. So you're going to find out all about that. Then it's really important to understand what human needs you're wired up to meet. So we're going to look specifically at what truly fulfills you from a human need point of view. Once we've done that, we want to move on to really understand what your gifts and talents are. Specifically, you will have been equipped with some high gifts and some areas where you're not gifted in. How many people find themselves in jobs where they're not gifted to do it? In fact, sometimes it's the opposite, but yet they stick it out. This can be more common than we realize. So it's really important we understand what our highest gifts are. Because let's face it, in this world there are many people. And what you struggle at, other people can dance with. And what other people struggle at, you can dance with. So why fight the grain? Next, what's really important to uncover here are your verbs. Particularly the 3 verbs that make you light up. That if you were to do them, life would feel enjoyable every day. So we want to really identify what they are. And then on this part of the course, we then find out your cause. And we work out how to link that in to what you do on a regular basis. So we don't stop there. After that, we go and do this session on Nexus, where we literally combine all of these elements together and we find your sweet spot. What you really could do. What is your mission? What is your occupation, that which occupies your passion? And after that, we're then in a position to create not just one path, but many paths. And this is where it gets exciting, guys, because at this point you realize that it's not about just putting all your hopes and efforts into this one obscure path that maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. No. From here, instead of having the option between something that's really bad, something that's average, and something that's good, imagine having the option between something good, great, amazing, and outstanding, and even delicious. Imagine having those options before you. And not only that, we're not only going to give you those options, we're then going to show you how to create a vision of what that would look like. But beyond that, we go a step further. And then we help you create a real map. A map of how you can get there. We won't stop there. We're going to teach you the ability to create a GPS system. And what this does is it tracks you where you are now with where you want to be. And the great brilliant part of this course is the first 7 sessions will stay with you for life. The next 2 sessions on it, you can actually change. You can change your vision, your map, your GPS, depending on if you have a change of decision at that top level. But the deeper stuff in you won't change. So if you lay the foundation right, you only will ever have to change your blueprint on the surface. Most of the core elements of who you are will stay fixed throughout life, which is really exciting because it means that you can start making long-term decisions on who you truly are. So here's some questions to ponder as you think about doing this course. Scale of 1 to 5, how engaged are you in your current focus, work, and study? Have a think about how much your personality flows with your current work or study environment. How much of your primary talents are appreciated and utilized in your current work study environment? and how much of your passion and interests are engaged in your current work-study environment, and how much do you love doing these things in your work-study environment. And once you decide to come into the course, you're actually going to answer these questions. And we're going to go through each area now. We're going to find out your current idea of where you're at. This is going to be really helpful because by the time you complete the course, you're going to see how much you've covered, how much you've learned about yourself, and the implications this can have not only on your ability to earn money, but on your ability to thoroughly be fulfilled in your life, short-term and long-term going forward. Because just knowing you're on the right path, whether you're earning money on it right away or not, is irrelevant. Once you find the currency of your mission, everything changes because you become excited about what you want to do. And once you become excited about what you want to do, man, you start living at the true currency of life, which is true fulfillment. So jump on. The first session of the course is free, so you've got nothing to lose. Come and download that session for free. See if it's a good fit for you. And if it is, I welcome you on the inside, and I can't wait to see you there. Ciao.